right, well, here we go. We're going to get started on our first game here. Starting off on nothing but Fortress of Lions, of course. We're going to see exactly how this all comes together. Aquatic going to be able to pick up that axe to get started here pretty quickly. And Jacob also going to be getting a spear in their hand. There we go. Everybody's going to be equipped and ready to rock.
Yeah, so we have some solid PR players coming out from Aquatic and Sweatymeat. Aquatic's PR26, Sweatymeat's PR22 on this one, compared to the 82 for Irqqzz and the 196 from JacobeBH. Nice inlight coming out from Sweatymeat here on this Taros pick. We have a very heavy-hitting team of Aquatic and Sweatymeat off of Taros and Bryn, so that could definitely be very scary if we're looking at that. Oh, great side sig. I was about to call it the D-sig, but he came out with the side signature to set up the KO and then get the side air to finish things off. Nice weapon toss going in. No D-sig opportunity off of that bounce from Jacoby. He can pull out that D-sig right on the stage. Even Irqqzz coming in, this double Orion pick. We'll see if they're able to just like nail these spinning top D-sigs over and over. So far, it hasn't been successful for him.
You can see, I mean, okay, there's one. Gonna be able to get that out of the way. Now it's just a matter of trying to work down Aquatic, but Aquatic actually on the offensive end in that 2v1 scenario there. Will lose the stock eventually though, but still a lot of great extra credit here on the blue team already. Both of them sitting at just about 80 or above.
Yeah, coming in with double Orions here, we're going to be expecting like a lot of signature KOs, especially like if you have the spear, we're going to be expecting a lot of D-sigs. But then if you have the lance even, you're going to be expecting like the sidelight into the neutral signature read, maybe even the D-sig read if they're going down. Oh, Aquatic! I thought he was going to at least get the touch, maybe a weapon toss up after to stop the ground pound coming in, but he doesn't even get the touch.
Yeah, didn't get the right angle on that one. Just kind of went straight forward, just slipped right underneath that ledge. A little bit unfortunate, but hey, you know what? Sometimes things happen, but you can certainly try to find a way to even this up pretty quickly here. It's just a matter of getting these two blue stocks out of the way. That's 253 losing the stock, by the way. I know we're on Fortress of Lions, but still, that's quite ridiculous to me. Blue team down, final stocks, both.
Yeah, surviving a really long time on that, but also like towards the end, they were able to add up that damage really quickly. So they didn't take too much damage in the process, and it was really just like passing in between both members of the red team where Sweatymeat will hit an in-light, and then here will come like a down air from Aquatic or a side light from Aquatic, and they go back over, and Sweatymeat gets a hit off of that as well. So they were doing it back and forth before they found the KO move, so it's almost like they didn't waste any time whatsoever. That is going to be a KO off the top with the recovery. Now Aquatic going to float as long as he can. Irqqzz coming in. Not doing too much in the air. I think he got like one hit maybe in that time.
Yeah. Team controlling the stage here. Red team kind of floating above. Finally finds a way to get their feet onto the ground though.
3 spears on the stage. Typically, we don't see that many spears all out at one moment. Like we saw the gauntlets earlier. I think we saw 3 axes at the same time, too. Both members of the blue team sent high and right. See if either landing can be punished for the KO that they so desperately need right now. Nice falling side air from Sweatymeat. Oh, the side sig! He gets through. It doesn't have a hitbox out in time by the movement started, so he goes past before it's actually effective, and in came a Sweatymeat D-sig.
Yep. There we go, the Sair. 2 axes on the screen now. Okay, now we're gonna go to Axe Spear. Gonna be trying to cover as much as possible. Okay, you know what? You Sair once, you hit your teammate, you Sair twice, hit the opponent, and you end up winning the game. So hey, listen, if I bonk you in the head, but we get the W, you're just gonna have to hold that.
Dude, Aquatic doing 728 damage that game. On the other side, even though it's like a Taros and you're expecting huge damage numbers, only doing 405, but also picked up 3 of the KOs as well. So using that signature kit, like we saw the D-sig come in, covering after the Orion side sig went all the way through him. So he's able to do that to find those KOs a little bit earlier, especially on Fortress of Lions, so you don't have to do all of the damage. So nice splitting of the responsibilities between Aquatic and Sweatymeat here on the red side. On the other side, we're actually seeing the swap off of the Orion from Irqqzz onto the Ulgrim, and I'm cool with this. He has a level 100 Ulgrim. I don't know why they went in with the double Orion. Maybe they had like some specific strategy ready that we just didn't see because the opportunity didn't present itself. But when you got a level 100 Ulgrim, like I'm down with that in 2v2 to see how that works. So let's see what he's got for us. Already getting a sidelight neutral air on 1, then a sidelight neutral air on Aquatic right after that.
Yep. Right now, relatively even across the board here. Although we're just starting to see Sweatymeat get into that red. 126. Oh, almost getting KO'd by your teammate in the process. Teammate tried to came out to help you and almost put you in the end zone for no reason. There we go. We got the
big side air and the sidelight neutral air, and then from Sweatymeat as well. They at least. Oh, I thought they were going to get the trade 1-for-1, but then they ended up losing both of their stocks without securing the KO on either Jacoby or Irqqzz until they just got Irqqzz off the top there. Jacoby?
Yep. They should be able to find a
avoid
way
these falling
to
side airs.
Yeah, they should be able to find a way to even this up relatively quick here. It's just a matter of Jacoby just hit him, man. All you gotta do is hit him. He's doing such a good job staying elusive. Finally loses that stock, but did a great job racking up some damage here. They ended up what 227 by the time he ended up losing his first stock. So yeah, pretty solid stuff.
I'm seeing the axes come through, though, and I'm seeing so many follow-up attacks landing between Aquatic and Sweatymeat on this red team. That's so much damage added up so quickly. You get those dare dribbles, you get the end-like dribbles as well, and you're just adding up so much so efficiently. Floating above the D-Sig, but in comes Irqqzz as well to interrupt that, and right behind him was Sweatymeat to interrupt after that as well. So we're seeing punish, we're seeing counter-punish, and we're seeing counter-punish. Oh, Irqqzz is just going to end up falling, caught below the stage, recovers, but can't ride it up onto the wall.
Yeah, I thought Irqqzz was going to be just fine, but unfortunately just wasn't able to get there. Either ways, though, blue team still doing a pretty solid job, kind of holding everything tight here. That is going to be the second stock disappearing. Obi holding on to this one for a little bit longer, I would definitely say, but this Rocket Lance been putting in some solid work.
Yeah, floating above, gets the landing with the down air, doesn't find too much damage after if it doesn't get punished until he takes a down air into the D-Light. Oh, the neutral signature catching him stacked right on top of Aquatic. I don't know if he was setting up for a D-Light or what from Jacoby, but he got caught in the stacked option. Now the neutral air is coming up from Aquatic. He's sent away by Irqqz's inline.
Yeah, it hurts when they're on the stage by themselves for a little bit. You can see that red team was trying to set up like a doubles combo, but Irqqzz was being the aggressor, like an animal backed into a corner, kind of like making these charges to just like back off afterwards. But Irqqzz is going to end up losing that stock there, so now it's up to Jacoby to try and figure out a way to get this done all by himself. And I mean, they started off this game so hot, but red team coming through and really showcasing what they're all about.
I think D-Sig is going to be one of his best friends here. You can grab both members of that blue team. Ooh, the side sig again. He went for it in a similar spot that he risked the first one. Ended up getting punished right after it. There's the stomp into the side air from Sweatymeat, grabbing it. Gravity canceled above the stage. And he's going to get the KO. And now they're up 2-0 against Jacoby and Irqqzz. The legend swap not working for Irqqzz.
It did look like it was working at first, though. The Algrim definitely seemed to be doing a pretty solid job. And you know what? Maybe it was just a bit of like not necessarily unfamiliarity, but just a bit of an adjustment period for the red team. But I feel like once they kind of figured out what they wanted to do and like what changes they needed to make, you could see when the switch was made, like the flick of the switch, and all of a sudden it was just another red team W. Blue team, however, you know, still has one more shot. We're gonna see if they can find a way to get it done. This Algrim's got to make a lot of noise though. Jacoby, I mean, Jacoby's been playing pretty well. I mean, there's really not that much else to add to that. It's not to say that Irqqzz isn't. I just think that Jacoby's like, there's a reason why he's definitely sticking on this character, you know?
Yeah, between these two so far, it's definitely been Jacoby doing what feels like a little noticeably more of the work. Maybe not all the work, but noticeably more of the work. Irqqzz only putting out like 300 plus, like low 300s, like 319. Almost getting caught there. He's able to help interrupt that as Jacoby gets away from it and keep them from like further rebuilding back into that team combo. So great work from him there. Nice side air after the side sig from Aquatic that hit. I'm worried. Oh, okay, I was just about to say I'm worried about the sig potential coming out from Aquatic. At least we got the side light into the neutral air coming out from Irqqzz on both members of the red team. So a nice amount of damage there, like 36 damage off of that onto both members.
And there we go, recovery. We'll find their way back to the stage. Yep, Irqqzz not really having too much of a problem getting back. However, got knocked right back off immediately. Now in a 2v1 scenario, this is actually huge. Irqqzz at 197. They do need to find a way to take advantage of this 2v1. They don't get much going. However, still going to be able to live. No, okay, he just says, you know what? I'm not making it back. I'm just going to go into the blast zone, make my way back as fast as possible. Irqqzz holding on to that stock for a long time, too. Almost hitting 200 by the time they were done.
Now, the biggest worry right now is an orange Jacoby. What's he able to do with it? You saw he got hit by Sweatymeat's side air, sent him all the way to the left side. Now he's recovering back, gave the potential 2v1 onto Irqqzz. He did a good job keeping him at bay. Sidelight neutral air. That's Aquatic hitting a D-Sig though on Jacoby. Again, sending him away, but that gave the red team the confidence they needed to push off stage, and Irqqzz was there to punish you with the Lance ground pound.
There we go. Man, a lot of nairs coming out here for the Rocket Lances, that's for sure. I'm tired of hearing this fire style, but there we go. Jacoby gonna go out in that second stock. They're looking for a way to close out Irqqzz here too, but Irqqzz, again, doing a really good job when he's in these 1v2s.
He's playing so well.
Yeah, just you know, staying on the aggressive end too, and then being defensive when he needs to. Like, not getting overzealous, but also not letting himself get caught up in these 1v2s.
Yeah, he's really good at his timing of like getting the first hit, and then he knows that he needs to use his chase dodge, so he uses it like not only to get the iframes, but he uses it in a solid direction to get the movement as well, or he notices that he has enough time to just get a hit right out after that. So he'll hit one member and then turn around and hit another because he doesn't have to dodge. And he's keeping it going, dude. You already found the Lance ground pound earlier. There's a side like Dare sending one member of the red team over to the left side. Yeah, Irqqzz this game, completely different. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from him.
Now it's just a matter of can the red team find a way to get it back together here. This is looking pretty good. They got to find a way to get Jacoby out of here. Again, it was a blue team starting off pretty hot, looking pretty solid here, and red team might be finding a way to close this out in their favor once more.
Oh, Irqqzz was looking for these D-lights, but great overspacing from Aquatic coming in, reaching out with the neutral light to interrupt that after the D-light comes out. Oh, even getting the team follow-up from Aquatic with the recovery off of Jacoby, popping up Irqqzz. Is Aquatic out of this game? I thought we might see the turnaround ground pound from Irqqzz, but no, he wants to go back and support his teammate. Blue team split up. It's now Jacoby all by himself in the 1v1. Or, sorry, excuse me, a 1v2.
Oh, they're now in the 1v1, but not for much longer, as we see Sweatymeat clean that up. And red team, once again, it does not matter how blue team starts or how much their engine starts revving. They're ready to just pump the brakes on their run. Stop them right there. Game 3 and the set. Beautifully done by red team, though. I mean, honestly, it was definitely some tough competition. It was a 3-0, but it was close, though. Sure.